Oh, it says live. We're live.
Are on the air. Live.
Hey, put your wine in. Lay down.
Live from FNP Studios.
In beautiful Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. All right, guys. So today we're going to talk about the new Chaos Codex that will be coming out.
Yes.
This coming Saturday.
This
Shut
Saturday.
your pie hole. Shut your pie hole.
Oh, what was it? TJ? What's coming out?
Dark
That's
Angel.
Chaos.
Dark Angel.
Oh. What's the difference?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Accurate.
Not cool. Not cool
Yeah.
at all.
So we do have a new member with us. We have Felipe. Felipe, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
And he is our newest member to FNP Wargamers. And he'll be joining us in the chat. This is his first event with us. So awesome.
Hey, wait. Stop.
So let's get to know Felipe before we get started on this. How long you been playing, bro?
I've been playing since the tail end of Rogue Trader till 3rd, took a break, came back in 6th.
Wow.
So you
That's more experience than me.
you would have a little bit of experience? You've been playing for like a little while?
A little bit.
Just
So we're basically on the same playing field, you and I.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Ben, you started in 8th.
I started in 7th, like a few days before it turned into 8th.
No, we don't talk about 7th anymore. We don't talk about that.
7th is just
We're
bad.
on it.
Yeah, I didn't like 7th. Hey, I'm babysitting these two right now, so
Why do you have a beast?
I have 2 beasts.
Can you stop being Alex, lay down.
Now, I have a question. Why are they in your room, though?
Oh,
Yeah.
because John and me didn't want to leave them out, so they wouldn't tear stuff up.
Gotcha.
They're really good. I don't know the last time they actually did tear anything up, though.
Lay down. I can't pet you for the whole time I'm on. Come on.
You're being really inconvenient.
All right, guys. So we do have the Dark Angels talk about all the stuff that's come out, and they'll be coming out this Saturday.
This is what I deal with.
All right. So starting out, we have the data cards and Dark Angels coming out this coming Saturday. And so did you see the army-wide rule? It is called Grim Resolve. You get to reroll the first or the ones if hasn't moved and can never count as losing more than one model for the purpose of morale. That is huge.
Yes, that is a serious army-wide trait.
Yes.
I don't think. Is Grim Resolve going to be army-wide?
Yeah,
This is army-wide trait.
Army-wide.
Army-wide trait.
Army-wide trait. Wow, that's going to be big.
We won't
Yeah.
know for sure until we get the actual codex, but from what I have seen of the codex reviews, that should be correct.
Yep. That's going to be awesome. That means I can take a 10-man Terminator squad with no problem, and I won't have to worry about losing any.
Or you could take blasters and set them up on a
Hell what? No. Terminators.
hell blaster.
Terminators.
Overcharge all your plasma, reroll all those ones with no fear.
You know TJ and his Terminators. So you can't talk him out of it.
I know.
Even when they were terrible, he still played them.
So he still plays them?
Yep. Yeah, you got to play Terminator if you're playing Deathwing. That's the only way to do it. That's why I actually stopped painting my Dark Angels when the 7th edition Codex came out, because every single 1,500 points of Terminators I'd painted became unplayable.
Yep.
Because they could all deep strike on turn 2. So nothing was on the board on turn 1. Means I lost. Not fun.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
That sounds about what would happen to me when I choose an army, though. Like, oh, this looks awesome. Can't play anymore. Okay, good.
I don't want to hear it. I started with Tau.
They're still
And
a good
Tower.
army. You just got to learn how to replay
Tower,
them.
good. There's just
Eh,
not an easy win button.
it's not even about the win button. It's just some units are just so overcaught. Like Riptide is useless. Like the Riptides used to be way overpowered. I know enough to know that, but they smashed them so hard to the ground. It's you don't even take a Riptide anymore.
That's debatable. You just got to learn how to
Yeah.
play your army now. It's just no
Yep.
push and win button anymore.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
I know.
Like Jonathan's had to relearn how to play his Death Guard. I've had to relearn how to play Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines with World Eaters. And then freaking Grey Knights and stuff have changed. I'm sure Felipe's had some good experience with armies he's had to learn how to replay lately.
Yep.
What
now,
armies do you play, Felipe?
right now, Chaos Space Marines, mainly Black Legion with either Renegades or World Eaters.
Nice.
Man of my own heart right there, World Eaters.
You're world leaders. I still can't figure out what I'm going to do with my chaos.
Because they're finally good.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, what do we have next? Did we have any of the psychic cards you want to talk about today?
Yep. Sorry, just sharing on social media here.
Got
Well, so basically going down the list here, it looks like Azrael's getting a 4++ bubble, and only infantry and bikes are affected, which is that's pretty major if you think about it.
Yeah.
That's definitely potent.
I mean, he's actually kind of had that since 3rd edition, though. He's usually had that since 3rd. So at least they're keeping that with him.
I think I read that he used to give it to everything, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, see, in 3rd, it started off with this. Well, there used to be independent characters, it was the squad he joins. And I think it remained all that way even up in the 7th. He had to join the squad to give it the 4++.
Okay.
4+ invulnerable save.
I think I played a Death Star with him in it. They gave all the Ferrician Wolves the invul.
Was that a... Oh, yeah, I
I don't
remember that in 7th. Thinking
Yeah,
back
it was in 7th. It was rough.
Yeah, that was rough. That was the whole awesome thing of Space Wolves and Dark Angels being buddy-buddy, which made total fluff sense because they love each other. It's kind of like the way me and Jonathan are. We love each other. It's like Space Wolves and Dark Angels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
I mean, for sure.
But now there's some fluffy stuff with that, right?
What? The Dark Angels? And
With the Dark Angels, Space Wolves, and the stratagems. Or am I getting ahead of myself?
no, you're right there on the stratagems if we're bringing up that, because they do have a special stratagem if you do combine them. They basically both take a wound now, and then they both get, what is it? They get +1 strength, attacks, and weapon skill, and leadership. But
Before models, mortal wound.
yeah, it basically means it's to reenact what happened between Russ and the Lion back in the day when they got into a fight, and the Lion sucker punched Russ according to the Space Wolves, Dark Angels. The Lion won, and so every single time they're supposed to meet on the battlefield, they're supposed to have a duel between their two top characters. So it just kind of resembles that, but it's kind of cool if you do want to do it. You can spend a command point, and it's not a bad command point spend either.
I just think it's really cool that they have such a fluffy stratagem. Like, it's totally situational, crazy situational, but really cool. Like that was some love on account of GW. You know, like they really acknowledge the fluff, and I don't know if there's just the fluff like that.
What? Have you read the Death Guard?
No,
Please.
actually, I haven't. I don't know much about that, so in my defense.
Yeah, they're aiming a lot towards the fluffy stuff now, and keeping it viable, but you can still play fluffy and not limit yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still spam involved in a lot of the tournament play, but other than that, you're looking at a lot of ways to build fluffy stuff, and instead of just screwing yourself completely, because back in the day, if you played fluffy, you were kind of SOL, especially in 7th. if you try to stay fluffy. Unless you play Necrons.
Yeah, that's true. Necrons were still kind of fluffy. It's just, I mean, the Necrons, I mean, if you read the fluff, then the first unit with the first wave was supposed to be warriors, immortals and stuff like that. And then kind of the back end was some of the more high-powered stuff you saw actually in gameplay, like the spiders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could at least play them a little more fluffy and they were competitive.
Lay down.
Yeah,
so the command point we're talking about is the Lion and the Wolf for 1 command point.
Yep.
If your army includes Space Wolves and Dark Angels infantry units, pick 1 Space Wolf and Dark Angel infantry unit and roll a d6 for each model. On a 4+, that model suffers 1 mortal wound. Each model that survives gets +1 strength, attacks, weapons, skill, and leadership. Can only be used once per battle.
Yep. See, and going on to the next stratagem, which was like Ben was talking about, was the plasma weaponry, the weapons from the Dark Age. For 1 command point, you can use before shooting, you increase the damage of your plasma weapons by 1. That is gigantic. So if you do overcharge them instead of damage 2, you do damage 3 now.
That's really worth the model being slain.
Yeah, I mean, if you do have a captain or something beside him, and you can reroll the ones, at least you can kind of minimize that, but still at the same time, if you really need to take out something big and you want to do 3 damage, go for it.
Yeah.
It's also going to affect the heavy plasmas, too.
Yep. Oh, God, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
Dark Angel. Man, you know what we're going to see? I can definitely see it with Ravenwing Knights. People are definitely going to utilize that big time. Samuel's right there next to the Ravenwing Knights. They got the plasma blasters on the front. Ooh.
Did you see this Deathwing one, TJ?
Which one?
For 1 command point, you give Deathwing keyword to a Master, Land Raider, or Dreadnought.
I did see that one. I think that's going to be pretty cool. And it does give them the Deathwing keyword, which is going to be pretty cool. My favorite one so far that I've liked is the Deathwing Assault. Used after a unit of Deathwing Terminators deep strikes on the table, they immediately shoot as if they were in the shooting phase. And if it's 10 or more, if it's a unit of 5 or more models, you spend 3 command points. But considering you could drop in 10 Terminators, all with Stormbolters, that's 40 shots, and then you get to reroll all 40. Because you'll probably drop Baliol in with them, so that'll give you the ability to reroll all your hits. So it's twin linked for 40 shots in the movement phase, and then you come right back with the shooting phase. So if you're playing a Horde army, definitely good counter.
Yeah. And then if you have multiple Deathwing squads of 10, you can have one that has all bolters, and then another one that has the missile launcher and the assault cannon.
Yep.
So you can use that situationally because they'll be able to reroll as well for shooting.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
And, what could you do?
What's up? Oh, I was going to say the other one I really like is the Fortress of Shields with Deathwing Knights. At the start of the fight phase, select a Deathwing unit with at least 3 Storm Shields. Your opponent must subtract 1 from all wound rolls unit until the end of the phase.
That's pretty potent.
That is potent because I mean, if you're looking at something strength 4, you're wounding on 5s. If it's strength 5 and up, you're wounding on. I mean, if it's strength 3 and below, you're wounding on 6s, and then even like the large stuff, you'd have to get up to. No, it'd always be the most you could wound me as I was on a 3+, no matter the strength of the weapon, because even a 2 is going to go up to a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you could easily walk that unit into something that's way more powerful and pop that on if you're facing a large heavy firepower unit or something like that. You could definitely utilize that. So they'd have to wound on 3s instead of 2s. So.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of the 3 up, you're still going to have with those storm shields.
Yep. So I'm always going to have a 3 up save with them, which will be nice.
Yeah, drastically increasing your survivability.
Yep.
All right, looks like we're coming up on those powers. Which one did you like out of there, TJ?
The powers?
Yeah,
I think Felipe brought up a very good combination. Which one was the one you were talking about today in chat, Felipe?
It was Mind Wipe, I believe. Let me double check that one real quick. Yeah, mind wipe. Each of the players roll leadership. If you score higher than the enemy's weapons, if you score higher than the enemy's weapon skill goes down by 1. So you're going to take a ballistic skill 4 unit down to a 3. Now you mind that you combine that with aversion, which now that unit takes a penalty of 1 to hit any target. So now they go to a ballistic skill 3 and a penalty of 1 to hit.
So they're hitting on 5s now.
Exactly. Now, if you happen to have a Death Shroud and you park that, say, on your Deathwing Terminators, now he's hitting your Terminators on 6s.
Ooh, that's going to be nasty.
Oh, yeah, because I guess you could have Death Shroud and then Dark Angels because of Chaos, right?
Jackass.
Well, doesn't one of the relics Shroud of Heroes? Is that what you're referring to?
No. The vehicle, the hover. I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah, it's the it's the big gigantic land speeder thing. I forgot what that thing is called. Let me look it up.
It has a bubble. Basically, everything's -1 to hit. So
yeah.
Now,
oh yeah. Yep.
You see a Dev Squad. You can deep strike your Terminators in. You jump pack Librarian or deep strike your Librarian in. You advance the vehicle up to your Terminators where they're going to deep strike. You cast a spell on the Devastators. Now the Devastators need 6s to hit the vehicle or the Terminators. No, 5s against the vehicle, but 6s against the Terminators.
Yeah, it's the Ravenwing Dark Shroud. That's what it's called.
Dark Shroud. That's it.
Yep. Which was sold out forever online too. So somehow I think people have already caught on to that one thing. Hey, Andre Van's back. He said, "What's up, lads? How you doing, man?"
Aloha.
Hello. All the way from South Africa.
Let's see what else we got. Mindworm. Use over to Mortal Wound. Okay.
It looks like a more expensive or harder to cast version of Smite, basically.
Yeah.
Well, it may only be chosen to fight in the fight phase after all eligible units have fought, even if they charge. I mean, you can make them fight last, which theoretically could be useful. Like, I mean, if you're already in contact with, if you got a squad of berserkers in with, a couple of your heroes, and you can just let your characters just go to town and thin out the herd a little bit.
Yep. I mean, it's definitely beneficial too. I mean, if you cast Mind War, yeah.
Yep.
There's a version we talked about it. Let's see. What is the next one? Righteous Repugnance. Value of 7. If manifested, pick a friendly Dark Angels unit within 12 inches of the Psyker. If your Psyker is from the Dark Angels, okay. Yeah. You can reroll failed to hit and wound rolls made by the unit's melee weapons until the start of your next psychic phase.
Melee.
So that would be if you have a Librarian or something with a unit of either Raven Guard Knights or Deathwing Knights. You cast it on those when they charge into close combat. Could be very, very useful. Let's see what the next one. Oh, God, man. Can anyone read number 4? Because I'm not about to pronounce that. I'm going to hose that up.
Trephination?
Yeah, Trephination.
Trephination.
Yep. So warp value of 7.
These have some really high warp values.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Let's see why. Roll 2d6. Adding 2 to the total of the psychic test was more than 10. The closest visible enemy unit within 18 inches of the psyker suffers a mortal wound for each point that totally exceeds their highest leadership characteristics.
Ooh.
So for low leadership characters, very awesome.
If you roll
Most Marines are what, 8 now?
Yeah.
Most Marines are 8.
So you got, I don't know, because you think about what your average roll is going to be.
But you're adding 2 to it, so your average roll should be a 7. So then you're
only adding 2 if you cast it with a warp charge of 10.
I don't know, man. It's one of those. If you're fighting something with a very small, like a 7 or there are some leadership values of 6 out there. It may be worth it.
Drones?
Yeah, but you guys are missing the like. Look at it. You're potentially able to do what 7 mortal wounds if you roll boxcars. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a lot of mortal
They're
wounds
huge.
to hand out for a good roll.
I mean, but your odds of doing so, like, I feel like it's not going off that often. I feel like it's not happening that often.
Okay, so here's what you have to look at. If Jonathan was playing Dark Angels,
There you go.
good roll. If Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics was playing, definitely usable. If TJ's using it, probably not the best psychic power to use. I might as well just cast Smite, and I could probably get D3 wounds off. So it depends on how well you usually roll. I'm not sure how Felipe rolls, but we all know how I usually roll, and it's not good.
Well, I'd say if you could combine that with somewhere in your army, you can get a penalty to leadership onto the enemy from allied detachment. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, they do have Reavers now.
Weavers?
Dark Angels have Reavers.
Oh, they do. They got
They
Weavers?
like reavers. Yeah, if you take a look down, you guys are getting all the Primaris. You're getting your special stuff. You're getting your Intercessors, your Hellblasters, your Aggressors, a whole upgrade kit. And where did you see the Reavers, Ben?
I thought I read they were getting everything, including Reavers.
Well,
Let me see.
I don't see him on there, but at the same time, I do know that was one of the things that GW said on the website was that Dark Angels and Blood Angels were going to get all the Primaris stuff that the Space Marines have. So if we go by what they said, they should have it. And I know Blood Angels got it, so the other one should as well.
Yeah, if they got it, they should.
Yeah, because you want to get one of these guys on there now. Oh.
That looks like the guy behind you.
It does, except he's got one of those plasma weaponry things.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Brothers Square Dominance, I think. Oh, no. Brothers Square Dominator is what my daughter named it. My 6-year-old daughter named him Brothers Square Dominator. I don't know where she came up with that, but that's what she wanted to do with it.
It sounds very Grey Knight.
Yeah, it does.
What
It sounds like really chaosy.
What is this? What do you think this is? Get out of here.
Oh, God, Ben.
Yeah, I don't. His camera like froze, and then a huge animal was there.
I know, it was a little freaked me out a little bit.
She
So,
apparently just really wanted to say hi. Get out of here.
So they did release some of the, stratagems, warlord traits. Oh, let's see here, warlord traits. Huntsman. Warlords can target enemy characters even if they are not the closest model. Must perform heroic interventions towards the nearest enemy character when possible. I can guarantee that is going to be Belial's trait and probably Samuel's trait.
Yeah, Samuel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or maybe Master Maneuver could be Samuel's, which is you can re-roll the dice used to determine how far Dark Angels units advance in charge if they are within 6 inches of your warlord.
If you
Wait,
want,
I thought I read that they had to take certain traits.
Yes, if you have a specially named character in all the books so far, then they already say what your warlord trait will be. But you don't have to make him the warlord, but it already says what it will be.
however,
So-
a regular Terminator captain made him your warlord, gave him that so he can deep strike with your Terminators.
Yep.
Now they get to reroll, and you don't have to blow a command point.
That's very true. Or you could do a Terminator chaplain and Terminator armor.
Better.
A Terminator chaplain in Terminator armor?
Yeah, it was a little redundant. You be quiet, Ben. Big meanie.
I'm okay.
So next one's Brilliant Strategist. Warlord can reroll a single wound to hit, save, damage roll. Gets a command point on a 5+ when using a stratagem. That's Azrael. That is Azrael right there. Fury of the Lion. Basically, +1 strength. Strength characteristic, not too bad. Courage of the First Lion. Your warlord has Fearless Aura out to 12 inches.
So
Did they
TJ,
say fearless? What? Sorry.
when are you getting your lion? Is that coming out?
That's
Well,
mean.
you know what? I read that and I got all excited. I was thinking maybe it could be, but then as the codex dropped closer, there was no hints or anything like that. So my guess is, and I'm pretty sure all the stuff has come out that the lion's not coming out, because I've seen a lot of people post stuff from a book, about the lion still sleeping. So maybe Girly Man will find him and give him a big kiss and wake him up.
Well, actually, I think I read something about that in the codex. They do make a mention that the lion is asleep. He's
Yeah,
not
they've
dead.
been mentioning that since the
He's
since the
been
6th
sleeping
edition codex.
forever.
Yeah, I think it's been the 5th or 6th edition Codex of Dark Angels. There's just been a little thing that the lion is slumbering, and so.
Who's taking care of him? The Watchers, right? It's like
The
the
Watchers.
Watchers that take care of him.
But the other big mention is that Luther has escaped.
Yes. Spoilers.
The lion way up, so he's going to go get all the Chaos guys. Still nothing. I'll have to read the fluff and I'll see if they mention anything about Mr. What's that guy's name again?
Cypher?
Yeah, Cypher, if they mention Cypher. So, I'll read all the fluff and I'll figure out what's going on. So,
I
So,
used to have Cypher.
were you disappointed about the lion not coming back?
oh yeah, I was hugely disappointed.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring back another Primarch, but I mean, I'm pretty sure the next one will be Russ. It's got to be Russ.
Yeah, it's kind of got to be Russ. I mean, everybody else has already got a book.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's got a book, and then you figure with the Magnus, or the Wrath of Magnus, the rumor is that Lehman Russ would come back when the chapter needed him the most at the end of the Wolf time, and the chapter's been pretty hosed up pretty badly. After all the fighting they've done, they've lost, I think, at least 2 to 3 great companies. So maybe time for old Lehman to come back through. And it'll be interesting to see if they bring his Wolf Guard back, because he left with like 100 of his Wolf Guard when he went and he left. So, But Bjorn the Fell-Handed, we'll see what happened to him. So, should be
Yeah,
interesting.
Bjorn stuck around, though. Bjorn was pissed.
Oh,
that he
he's
got-
slumbering. He's slumbering, and apparently he's been fighting in the Imperium with the Emperor, trying to hold back the gate of Terra from the demons coming out from underneath. Yeah, Ben, there's a lot of reading you got to do, buddy.
Oh, I'm slowly trying to build my pathetic knowledge base. Slowly learning.
Warhammer Wiki. Don't tell TJ.
No, I've actually been on Tacticum Imperialis, the YouTube channel. Give them a shout out if I could say it right. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of his videos in the background while I'm painting, and I really like his stuff.
I mean, if you really want to find out the most information, you got to watch if the Emperor had text to speech.
Yes.
I have
That's so
thought
good.
It'll give you a lot of good information, and especially like how it's all Magnus's fault. I mean, I
Yeah.
saw it on YouTube, so it's got to be true.
That's
Magnus did nothing wrong.
Yeah, that's it. He had a good heart. He was trying to do something good. He just didn't listen to his dad. It's like any kid. Don't go touch the fire. Don't go play in the fire. And what does the kid do? He walks over and plays in the fire.
I mean, I may not be anything close to an expert on the lore or the fluff, but the more information I get, I'm kind of like, what did Magnus do that was so bad? Tried to warn you, but he used his psychic powers?
Yeah, but he broke the barrier that was holding everything back to say,
That's
"Hey,
true.
Dad, look out here! Big bad guys." Is like, no shit. I know that. What are you doing? You just open up the floodgates, and they're like, "Woo, doors open."
Doors open.
No big deal, right?
No big deal.
No, he didn't do anything wrong.
Nothing.
I mean, like I said, he had good intentions. There was another way, I think, to get word to his dad what was going on and to break the psychic barrier. I mean, he had good intentions. I'll give him that.
I don't know, like write a letter,
Write a letter.
phone
Well,
home.
couldn't he, Like, I mean, couldn't you have just like reached out to another psyker that was like in the general vicinity of the Emperor and say, "Hey, go walk over and tell old boy this"?
I mean, because see, that was
Like,
technically
did you have
like,
to do the
before the Horus Heresy like really started, so he could easily just taken one of his, battle barges or whatever, his cruiser, and kind of flown over to Dad and been like, "Hey, Dad, something bad's going down."
There's some bad guys out there.
These bad guys. Horace doing some bad stuff.
Dad, I want to tell you about my brother. He's being mean and rude, and he's a bad guy. Bad guy.
Horace, I'm telling on you. Oh, this is
Or what did I tell you? I told you if you did that, I was going to tell on you. I'm going to go tell Dad.
Ugh.
All right, so what? All right, so how about Hunt the Fallen? There's another fluffy. Wait, yeah. Here's another fluffy stratagem for the Dark.
You want to read it for you?
So 1 command point, you're going to pick an enemy infantry character. You're going to increase their attacks by 1. But Dark Angels can reroll 1s to hit that unit. In addition, Ravenwing and Deathwing can reroll charge distance when charging the unit. So you can kind of pick out a character and just go...
Yes.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see that used for a character that's out in the open by himself. Which is
Well, it doesn't have. It has to be done before the battle begins, I thought.
Yeah.
Or at the beginning of the battle. Beginning of the battle.
So you'll definitely be able to select a character, and if you're playing a mission and it's got to have Slay the Warlord, it may be just beneficial to go ahead and do it because you're probably going to get close to it. So.
Yeah, but you're always going to want to try to slay the Warlord no matter what, because most Warlords now always give this bubble.
You could always select a character that you know is going to be in somewhere where you're going to want to assault regardless, because you want to re-roll a multi-charge. You're selecting the character and the unit you want to charge. Get your re-roll that way.
Ooh.
That is very true.
Yep.
I can definitely see it used for 1 command point.
Yeah. I think it'd be beneficial. I think. What do you think? What do you think the chances are of it backfiring hard?
I mean, you're only giving them +1 attack.
Yeah.
Well, what if I'm running like Brayarth Ashmantle as my, the only character I've got on the board?
Or Abaddon.
Or Abaddon. Somebody who just hits like a truck.
Yeah, he does. Destroying them Contemptors like nothing.
But generally, you're gonna like my Chaos Army. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 characters in it. Sorcerer, Abaddon, an Exalted Champion, and a Dark Apostle. Pick the Dark Apostle. He's got 3 attacks. He goes to 4. It's not much of a difference, really.
Yep.
Yeah, I do think it's beneficial just to go. That character's not super big deal, but I want him to die. Just a supporting character, maybe not giving the Warlord an extra trait, but if you've already got an angle that you're going to use against a Warlord, say he's in range of a bunch of snipers, perhaps just go for a supporting character and try and weaken him up a little bit or give yourself a better chance to take him out.
Yep.
Travis says snitches get stitches.
Yes.
Snitches?
Yes, snitches.
Let's see. On an army taxi character.
I can see that going well with which one lets your Warlord can target Huntsman? Your Warlord can target enemy characters even if they're not the closest model. So give yourself a little bonus to hit them.
Yeah.
Bonus to damage.
Yeah, that's very true.
TJ, what's the one that there's something that always lets you attack first in combat? What is that?
That wasn't. I don't think that was a Dark Angel thing.
Was that Blood Angels?
That was Blood Angels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Had the word angel on it.
Yeah, Blood Angels. Or maybe was there a stratagem?
I couldn't remember. That's why I was trying to look for it.
Yeah. I don't remember there being one for them. I know. I thought that was Blood Angels.
What do you think about Stasis Shell? When a Raven Wing model in your army attacks character with the Raven Wing grenade launcher, add 1 to the hit roll. Instead of normal damage, they deal D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah. I think Raven Wing are going to be a little bit more competitive this go.
I do see some pretty good stuff attached to Raven Wing.
Yeah, a lot of the Raven Wing seem to have a lot of good stuff.
Well, Raven Wing were pretty good in 7th, too.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to change. I haven't seen enough or read anything. Are they still going to let Samuel in a land speeder as well as a jet bike? Is that still going to happen, or did that change?
I don't think that changed. I don't think they would just take it away because that's always been his signature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and the speeder. It's pretty potent. Chapter Master too.
Yeah.
I played against someone who used Samuel and a couple of other speeders, just assault cannons and heavy bolters, and just getting to reroll all those shots. Oh, it was brutal.
Well, you know they're going to do the same thing with lieutenants now too. Lieutenants can ride, so put a lieutenant and Samuel on jet bike in the land speeders with 2 assault cannons and 2 heavy bolters.
Yeah.
And you're rerolling all your hits, and then you're also rerolling wounds of 1. That is going to be pretty brutal.
Yes, that alone makes me kind of want to get me a little Raven Wing.
Well,
I mean, you got plenty of bikes. All you got to do is just paint them black instead of that white. It's one quick touch-up.
I am super jealous of the Plasma Talons. I have Plasma Talon Envy bad. Which also work with, what is that, Weapons of the Dark Age?
Yep.
For shooting damage weapon of those, and they're assault, so you can advance and then fire them.
Hey, Ben, guess what, man? You really haven't painted that much of those white scars.
Let's see them white scars. Where are they at?
Some black, baby. Just some black.
What is that? You were small. You got to speak.
That's good. Oh.
You got to talk and hold it up for more than a flash.
I mean, Ben, I got some extra Raven Wing bikes if you want them, man. Yes.
I do like the Raven Wing, but I like the scars. I think they're cool.
I turned on my Dark Angels I had into Fallen. Back before they had rules of Fallen. I just ran them with Chaos.
Aren't they all Fallen anyway?
Oh my God, Ben! I still want to do something right now on the screen.
Does it involve calling him number 1?
I like it.
Yeah, so for me, I think that Dark Angels are definitely getting a boost. I'm not super excited about them. I don't play them, so it'd be neat to see them on the battlefield. And hopefully, TJ, you can actually get something that's viable instead of, kind of being SOL,
Yep, I'm working this week to finish painting my Deathwing Land Raider. So hopefully by Saturday I'll try to have it all painted, and at least it may not be a very competitive army, but I should have about 2,000 points. So
not competitive.
On the channel.
Are you sure? I mean, I feel like I got tabled pretty quick one time. Like really quick.
What was that? I mean,
yeah, I had some Necrons, and I was like, sweet, I'm going to rely on their rerolls. Heck, that didn't work.
Yeah.
His 20-point upgrade went ahead and killed the Satan, the Nightbringer Satan. Yeah, and to make it worse, he did exactly 8 wounds, which is how much he has. Exactly.
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah,
I just remember these Necrons just barreling over me, and I was just trying to withstand and hold on to the pressure, I was,
Is that how
I
that
was
went down?
like, warm up Deathwing.
He chased me to the corner of the board. I was like a scared child trying to hold the last object. The comet, actually, it was on open play. It was to hold the comet, and I would have won. But he's just like, "Oh, what's up? Here's all my Terminators. Let me just smash everything you have because I just come stock with a power fist." Oh, you see that face? Nah, you don't have
12 points for it. Come on, man, it's not free.
How much?
Like 12.
Sorry?
So
12 or
12 points
Yeah.
for Strength 8 -3. Is it 3 wounds or D3?
D3.
Ah, for a 10-man squad.
I just saw your message. Oh, yeah.
John commented on Facebook that he could see that the dogs wanted out of my room.
They smash, you know.
But John's watching.
Oh, and let's talk about that flail, shall we? Oh, you see that one guy he just killed real quick with no save? Yeah, that just goes and spills into the entire squad. All of it. Bye-bye. That 20-man, what were they? The flayed ones?
You mean the flail of the Unforgiven?
Yeah, they were unforgiving to my flayed ones because I think I had like 3 left out of it.
I mean, it's just got this cool ability, you know, where excess damage from this weapon isn't lost. Instead, keep allocating damage to another model in the target unit until all the damage has been allocated or the target unit is destroyed. I mean, it's only strength 6, -3 AP, and does 2 damage. So it's, you know, it's not that good.
How many attacks? How many attacks you get? I didn't hear you. Go ahead and look at your book and tell me how many attacks you get.
You get 3 attacks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You hit on 3s and wound on like 3s normally on a Space Marine. So, you know,
Space Marine.
Yeah. So it's nothing big.
I think they're going to be definitely viable. I mean, you mowed me over, dude. I had a Satan, and I was like, oh, I'm going to win this one. I felt bad. I was even like, oh, here's my gaze of death. Here's 3 mortal wounds. Oops. And you're like, oh, here's a missile launcher to the face. Oh, you blew up too? Here's 3 mortal wounds for everything within 6 inches for you. And I piled everything behind a rock. To actually hide from the onslaught of bolter fire.
Yeah.
You know, that whole chain of events just had me thinking one thing. I wish this happened more often to him. It was nice to see you like suffer like a normal human being for once.
I feel like a mortal.
What? Like a mortal? Yeah, that's
like
right.
a mortal.
It was kind of nice not to see Jonathan just totally annihilate me like normal.
Normal. Yeah. You guys have been beating me left and right. Come on.
And you know, Ben, you know the one thing about that game that I think really, it was like in my mind, I thought I was still going to lose. I know Jonathan going to pull this out and beat me. I killed off the Satan, HQ's toast, everything's gone. I'm like, he's still got a Ghost Arc. He's going to win this game. The back of my head, I'm like, he's still going to win this game. He's going to grab the objective. There's one guy left and win this.
I'll be playing him and I'll be rolling decent and I'll be like, oh, do I have a shot? And then he just hits me like a truck and the dice just turn their backs. And I'm like, oh, well, that's what I get. Yeah, that's what I get for thinking I had a shot.
Oh, well, that was an exciting game.
See, Ben, last time I played him was kind of like playing Jonathan. It was there. 8 last cannons to the face.
See, I'm not saying that I'm good at making lists. I think I'm just bad at making intentionally bad lists. I don't really know how to do that, I guess.
Not a bad list. It's just a list, you know, that, yeah. It's not designed to where you play an evenly based game, right, Jonathan?
Yeah, you know, like how you mowed over my Black Legion, which I brought the worst things that you never bring with your Black Legion. You're like, I'm going to bring a Chapter Master.
I know my favorite part on that list was he's like, I want to bring a chapter master and 2 lieutenants and a tech marine.
Dude, the worst part is
oh no, he left the apothecary out.
he knew better. So when he played me,
that was
I
your
made
least favorite
change
thing.
his list.
That was your least favorite thing. It wasn't the relic Spartan assault tank.
It wouldn't have, the Spartan assault tank actually wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't re-rolling every to hit and all ones to wound. So when you're re-rolling everything to hit with 8 las cannons, you're going to miss once, even on the re-roll maybe, and then to wound, since I was playing basically Space Marines, you get to re-roll all your 1 to wound as well. So most likely, I'm going to lose at least 8 models a turn.
Or you make 7 saves like you did.
That was only 6. That was 5 saves. If you go back, it was 5 saves.
Okay, well I missed it
really badly because your guys weren't out yet, I think, or something. No. Yeah, you just rolled really badly that time.
TJ, do you know Ben is like I'm dad, and I told him he's not going to play that list against me, and then he's like, okay, fine, and he still beats me with whatever he built. And then he runs to you like, I'm going to play this list, Mom. Because he knew that you're not going to tell him to change his list because you're too damn nice.
Wow. Okay. Okay. That was an awkward comparison.
Just for that, Ben, you see these things?
Microwave.
No, I need those.
Yeah, I'm rubbing my grubby little bad rolling hands all over.
You're cursing them. They're tainted now.
No, he tried to taint my dice today.
This is pretty cool. FNP dice. They're flaming, just like salamanders.
They are cool. That's a good choice, Ben. I just hope they film well.
Yeah.
If they don't, they still look cool as hell.
They do.
This is true. You know, TJ tried tainting my dice today at work, and we just proved it. He's like, oh, I touched all your dice. I was like, that's all right. That doesn't change them. You just roll wrong. And then we started rolling, and TJ rolled pretty TJ-ish. I think one time I got 2 6s and 3 5s out of the 5.
Yep. And then I rolled them, and I think I rolled 4 1s in a row on 4 different dice.
Yeah, you did.
It's accurate. Well, you see what happened one game, me and Jonathan were playing, and he puts out a pile of dice, and he gives me a pile of dice, and I said, are those your dice? And he goes, yeah. And then I switched the piles, and he was just like, and then it worked. It absolutely worked.
Because when the dice came out, I already prayed to the dice gods and said, hey, dice gods, I need to roll really well with these. And then they heard my prayer, and you're like, I'm going to switch them. I was like, whoa. These were just blessed.
That was the funniest thing, was that it worked really well until you switched out your pile for what was left in the bag, and then you were fine.
You know, I taught TJ how to actually roll right, and he started rolling really well when I taught him how to roll.
And the worst, you know,
the whole thing is,
Jonathan, we didn't film one of those games.
I know. It is a joke though, because it's random. It doesn't. I made it 5. You know. Are you guys there? Whoa! I lost everybody.
Oh
yeah. Okay, you're back.
Yay!
I'm back.
What happened?
I have no idea.
You were talking about how we didn't film any one of those games, and then I was looking at it and it just like kind of just went, and I was like,
oh wow.
Hello?
Yeah, you guys went blank for a minute. No, what I was saying was, you know, it doesn't matter who touches your dice. It doesn't matter anything or how you roll. That's why I joke when I say, oh, you're rolling wrong, because it doesn't matter how you roll. There's no set way of rolling anything. They're all randomized. It's in their head. And so, and like I said, most of my stuff I roll is always 5-ups. My feel no pains, or, you know, my my zombies or whatever the case, and you guys are like, oh my god, look at the 5-ups. I'm like, yeah, but I rolled 20 of them. I got 20 dice to roll.
You say this every time, like, oh, I rolled 20 dice and I got 10 5-ups. Like, it's just because I rolled so many. And then I had 10 more to roll and I rolled 10 6-ups. You're just seeing it because I roll so many 5s. It's my only shame.
Yeah.
I've hit you with like 8 shots before, and then like you've made all 5-ups and 6-ups, and like you lose like one guy, and I'm just like, what do I have to do? Like, it was my best gun, and those were orcs and t-shirt. What do I have to do?
Shoot more.
It's not enough DACA.
I roll poor. I roll just like everybody else. Just like everybody else.
He does roll poor sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like when he needs to roll really low, he rolls high. So, that can happen.
Or when TJ starts rolling normal, I actually have gotten so used to his bad rolling. I'm like, why are you rolling so high? And it's actually average.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so have we gotten any rumors on what the next codex is going to be? Do we have any idea? Because we knew that we were getting Blood Angels and Dark Angels at the same time. Do we know what's after that, or any idea what's coming?
Demons. Chaos Demons.
Is it?
Yep. I think that's the rumor, right? Is that rumor, Felipe? Jonathan? It's demons, right?
I think so.
That's what I've heard a couple of times. Demons, I've heard World Leaders or Emperor's Children, but I think it's going to be demons because they pretty much already have the models.
Yep.
They still need to work on a lot of models for Emperor's Children.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have to redo Emperor's Children, and even on World Leaders, they may want to redo the Berserkers. You never know. It'd be nice for them to make them a little bigger and more muscular, like kind of they did with the Death Guard.
That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Yep. So, yeah,
I think. Do you think anything's going? I don't think anything else is going to make it by the end of the year. I think the Angels are going to be finishing it out for the end of the year.
Yep.
Chaos again.
Then it'll be chaos again. We'll see demons.
I'm so surprised. Like, I'm actually really surprised that GW put out Blood Angels and Dark Angels, which both already have a lot of units, but they don't have a lot of unique units. And then they just kind of did a couple upgrade kits and a couple of Primaris units, which are already available and easy to convert and just paint green, instead of dropping like brand new stuff right before Christmas. Like, I don't know. I'm not running any companies. I'm not a CEO, but that just kind of seemed like where my mind would be. But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that proves that they're not just focused on profits right now, and they're actually, working on the game.
I think GW was focusing on the Necromunda release being the big one before Christmas.
Yeah.
And since I don't have enough time to pay Necromunda, which I'd probably really enjoy playing, just like Shadowspire and some of the other games they've recently dropped.
Use them for cultists.
Huh?
Use them for cultists. Then you get them painted for both.
That is true.
Yeah, John.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually what I was going to use mine as. It's just cultist. And then, what?
What just happened? You stopped.
No, you said, hey, and I was like, what? Anyway, yeah, so I just run them as cultists. But, I mean, we got to play on that Zone Mortalis board, which was a lot of fun. It adds a lot of different dynamic and stuff.
That's pretty weird.
I know you didn't have a good time.
I did not have a good time.
You just got mad at my monkeys shot you.
Wait, hold it. Is this like some battle report that's going to be coming out? Are y'all dropping hints?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was... It was 3 a.m. I was really tired. It got weird. It was not a normal game.
Best stories start like this.
Things get really weird.
They really did. They got a little... It was a little weird at some points.
Like a frog coming out of a sack? Kind of weirdness?
That sounds weird out of context.
It does sound weird out of context.
It was 3 a.m. It got a little weird.
Yeah. I was really sleep deprived. That's my excuse. I'm sticking
Ben
to
was
it.
very giggly. Everything was funny.
Oh God.
Or it was either funny or it was crippling, and I could not understand like Jacaro weaponsmiths, and I'm just like, what?
He
They have any armor? They've got 3 wounds? It's just a monkey.
was losing his shit like he is now.
I really was. It was.
God, I can't wait to see this battle report.
It's going to be good.
I was so dumbfounded. It was a good time.
Been dumbfounded, not a normal occurrence.
Yeah, that's often.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something else. You distracted me. Oh, I was going to say the models in the Necromunda set are really cool.
Oh, yeah, they're really
Actually, really nice models.
Yeah.
I don't really know, like, what do you know of any, like, anything you could convert those to, or, like, what could you use them as a stand-in for?
Cultists. That's what I said. You just use them as cultists.
Well, some of them are pretty badass. They didn't really look like cultists to me, but what do I know?
Well, Goliaths could easily be used for coronate cultists. The Eschers, Emperor's Children, maybe in some way with the Sisters of Battle in a way. Depends what they put in them.
Yeah, little green stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually, I didn't think about running them as Slanesh. That's pretty good.
Ooh. Ooh.
Might get a little PG-13 at the table.
Not that. Not that with all the death and destruction and blood.
I know.
Let's put a little disclaimer on the top. We'll put N up there for nudity.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it nudity when it's art?
Yes.
No, definitely not. It's art.
It's art.
It's still technically nudity, but it's also art.
Yeah.
It's like a rectangle can be a square, but it's still a rectangle.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you draw the line of nudity? You got plastic models and you draw boobies on it. I mean, so you draw a piece of paper, put 2 circles and a dot in the middle is boobies? Where do you draw the line?
Yes. Yes.
Good answer.
Typically, the answer I've gotten all my life when I ask stupid questions like, where do you draw the line? Because people
How
know
do
that for sure.
How do we
Okay,
always
hey,
get
Doug-
here?
Hey, Doug
At the
said
end of
ZM is cool. What is ZM?
Zone Mortalis.
Zone Mortalis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Doug's got the actual Zone Mortalis board, so it'd be really cool for him. Thanks.
Yeah. Doug, we should borrow that.
Jealousy.
I'll hold on to it. I'll just keep it in my game room.
Yeah, Zone Mortalis would be a very cool game to play. Yeah, definitely cool to play on that board. I'm glad y'all got a chance to.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, we got to play some homebrew rolls for 8th edition. Ben did not like it.
They were not very descriptive in some manners, and that caused me a lot of distress at the early hours of the morning.
Well, I have one question for you, Jonathan.
Yes.
My guess is Ben was not happy because Ben did not win the game. Ben's only happy when he wins.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers, but you're pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And I have also learned no matter what I bring, if it has a gun and it shoots at him, he will not like it. This is accurate. Because I was just going to bring assassins.
In my defense, the unit he is referring to is on another level of stupid. But he's right.
It was 5 assassins. I told TJ about it. He's like, "That'd been terrible on a Zone Mortalis board." I was like, "Thank you."
No, I was talking about your Jacaro weaponsmiths.
Oh, they were coming no matter what.
Oh, I thought he was
They-
going to talk about Slanesh again. Your Slanesh army y'all just played.
I don't like that either. I don't like
Yeah,
it when he shoots me with Rust. I don't like it when he shoots me with Stormbolters. I don't like it when he shoots me with Assassins. I don't like it when he shoots me with anything. He's right.
That's what I told you. A gun, and I shoot him. He doesn't like it because he said, "I'm not playing your Slanesh again."
I did say that.
each one of my armies he has excluded. So it's a good thing I bought, so I can still play him because there's going to be points with any of my armies, no matter what I bring.
At the end of each bat rep we film, I'm pretty much like, no, I've got a new least favorite unit. It's whatever he brought today. I don't remember what it is because it just every time.
Yes, this is true.
You haven't fielded a
Wait
fire
for
raptor
this
against him
army,
yet?
to be honest with you.
What'd you say, Felipe?
Hey, you haven't fielded a fire raptor against him yet?
No, I'm actually thinking I'm bring that to LVO. That was that game that made me think, what can I do better here?
That game was, I did dumb things.
You did, see that it wasn't because of the unit. You just made really bad choices.
I am known for that in a lot of things, but
Yeah. So, guys, we're coming up here on the hour. It seems like every time we do one of these, we stay on topic for a good 40 minutes, and then it's 20 minutes of us rambling and talking about silliness that happens within the gaming group and in the battle reports. So we appreciate you guys and watching, and again, all the support and everything like that. And hopefully we'll be able to see you guys at LVO that we're going into at 2018.
yeah.
And we'll be really excited.
So I guess
And-
next week we'll be back on Tuesday night again, 9:30
Yep.
Central Standard Time.
And maybe next week, Jonathan will
Yep.
have figured out what's making his picture come through really bad. No promises.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know what's wrong.
I think he does it so everyone will be like mysterious. It's very mysterious about Jonathan. They're like, what does he really look like? He's always so fuzzy.
So when they see me in person, they're like, whoa. He's
That is the
ugly.
ugliest man I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. Yes.
All right, guys.
I love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hasta luego.